against Houston. Was there following two free throws with under 20 seconds.
Well, what's good, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into a live edition of the Fitz Take Podcast. That man Elijah was thrown off, but I'm your guy, Jamarcus Fitzpatrick. But you know, you can always call me Fitz. That man in boxes with me is Elijah Nixon. Guys, thank y'all so much for hopping here on the stream with us as we're watching a little bit of college basketball here tonight. A top 16 matchup between Iowa State and Kansas. Should be a really good one. You know, I'm not a huge college basketball guy in terms of like seeing what goes on around the country, but it should be a big one. Bill Self, you know, is 25-5 at home versus AP top 10 teams is what I've seen on the television as I'm looking straight ahead. But Elijah, what do you kind of think we're going to see out of a game like this? I know the one before this game came on was a blowout.
I mean, when you always expect like a top 15, top 25 matchup, you always expect a close ball game. But I'm not really sure how this rivalry is, but it seems like it runs deep because the Kansas fans are jumping out of their seats already. So I'm interested to see how this one goes. But for these two teams, I think we're going to see some close basketball, probably a little rivalry-esque to it. So somebody may be throwing blows, right?
We already got our first turnover out the gate. Already got a turnover. Starting lineup for Iowa State. Taman Lipsey, Keyshawn Gilbert, Curtis Jones. I read about him. Joshua Jefferson. And we got a triple attempt, but it's off the mark. It's going to be swung back out to the top of the key. We got some good ball movement. That's another thing. Like a lot of basketball, bro. People don't be passing the ball like they need to. They don't be having a lot of good ball movement. Everybody want to spot up and shoot. You know what I'm saying? But these teams are so far are flowing with the basketball.
I mean, that's good. You know, like that shows that you got good. But you know what? I feel like college basketball always have good ball movement. I don't know what it is, but I just think it always have good ball movement. So.
The boys coming in. Oh, we got I didn't know if that was a pass or a three. Hunter Dickinson with the first bucket of the game, with an assist that initially looked like a three-point attempt.
Go ahead, Hunter.
they banging a little bit. Oh, they take to the basket. Dickinson playing good defense. Offensive rebound, and Iowa State puts it up. We're tied at 2 apiece. Mr. Jackson there. Deshaun Jackson. No relation to D-Jack there in the Philadelphia Eagles.
I think the height says it.
Distant cousins. Okay, we got a three. And it's off the mark. See, I'm not mad at when it's a three like that, bro. I'm not mad at triples like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you open, so you're supposed to take those type of threes.
Man, please. Bro, I'm with it. It's just that sometimes I just be like, man, just go.
Just to go to the basket. Yeah, I now don't get me wrong. I'll take a high percentage shot, but if you're open, I'm not mad, and I'm also not mad that that's a good pass, good find. Got a dunk. There's Jackson, dishes to Jefferson, Joshua Jefferson. And we have a 4-2 ball game. Iowa State up. The Cyclones sitting at 8th in the country as the AP polls came out earlier today. They were originally 3 before the polls, but they've lost 2. Ooh, okay, Jackson. Nice block. All right. Got the pick and roll going. Swing it. 3 attempt. He's off the mark. Okay, y'all need to stop shooting them threes because they ain't hitting right now. I know they say keep shooting, but
it's a lid on the It's a lid on the basket, bro.
Sometimes you just gotta work the ball around, bro.
But look, I like the big. I like what the two bigs are doing on each side. They're both playing hard. I like like Jackson getting blocks and Dickerson on the other end. Play well with just putting his hands in the air. What they taking Jackson out so early for him?
Yeah, no. Should have left him in. Oh, we got a 3 on the end for Kansas, but they make it. The lid is not on for them. That's a 5-4 ball game for Kansas. Zeke Mayo. No cousins with OJ Mayo. That's a throwback there. Old Memphis Grizzly guy. We got a wide open attempt, but he's not going to take the three. We got a screen and a three. It's off the mark. Kansas gets the rebound. And if I'm not mistaken, Iowa State's 0-5 from the three-point line right now, so they absolutely need to stop shooting threes right now.
I don't know if they live and die by it, but it's showing today.
Let's see, guys. Let's see if they live and die by it.
I think I'm a little bit behind you here.
Probably so.
They just showing the replay of the guy shooting.
I just got the inbound play.
Nah, see, I'm still behind. They ain't doing it yet.
Dickinson, down low. That boy, all right. He's 7'2". Got some size on him. I think he transferred from Michigan. Got some size on him. He can move.
I'm talking about Hunter.
And just averaging 16 and 9. Really 16 and 10, 9.7.
I smell
What's
ugly
movement going on though, man?
Mm-hmm. Some ugly jerseys though.
Talking about for Iowa State?
Yes.
The big mustard. Hey, bro, did you watch any of the Grammys?
Oh man, I saw bits and pieces of it, man. I saw of course Kanye win. I saw not Kanye, sorry, Kendrick win.
Clean sweep, bro.
5.
Clean sweep. Album of the year. Then Beyonce won. You seen the meme came from it.
I think she was just as surprised as I was.
Hey, and then let me tell you something. Them Cowboy Carter tickets gonna be sky high.
You going?
Heck yeah. Now let me tell you something. Beyonce always got to be extra with it. As they're going to commercial break right now, I think it was 7-4 was the score for Kansas up. But Beyonce always over the top when it comes to anything because you have to sign up for the presale. So I had to go on her website and sign up to do the presale. That's not until next Thursday. Crazy.
What show you going to?
The Houston, because she only got 7 dates. 7.
Yeah, Houston, Dallas, LA.
Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see. Beyonce, Cowboy Carter.
And then I see Kanye
and his nasty wife. Nasty freak. Nasty. You see that woman out there on the carpet naked?
Yeah, man. I'm looking at it like, listen.
What's wrong with that woman?
I ain't gonna.
Yep. Let me tell you something. Every time I see that woman half naked or fully naked, it is against my will. I'm like, bro, I did not ask for this. I didn't ask for this. Why? Put some clothes on, lady.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't get why you want to show your wife off like that. Like, she's not a mannequin.
To him, she is. All right, so this the dates, and she's going with the shtick of, country music because it's the Chitlin Circuit tour. Even though we know, which is crazy, even though that's a real thing. But like, you one of the greatest, and you talking about Chitlin Circuits. She's gonna be in L.A., Chicago, New York, London, Paris, Atlanta, Washington D.C., Vegas, and then that's all of them. So what is that? 3, 6, 9? That's 9 cities. 9 cities that Shawty gonna be in, and she got 2 days in Houston. 2 days in Houston. I guarantee you, I'm gonna be in one of them. I'm gonna be in that number. So the presale goes on. It goes on. I want to say it's next Thursday at noon. I will be in the chat at 11 o'clock. I'm gonna be sitting there waiting. If I'm late to work that day, you'll know why.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but her presale sell out like 15 minutes.
Bro, I'm telling you. That's why I asked my wife and my sister-in-law. I said, "What's y'all budget?" Because I'm finna be click. Card already keyed in. Let's go. deal with the repercussions later. As we're coming out of commercial break, Kansas with the lead on Iowa State in this ball game, 7-4 with 15:26 to go in the first half. That's another thing I kind of like about college basketball. Like ain't no quarters or nothing. Let's let this run. Let's go. One half and then the other half, and we get on up out of here.
There'll be some long halves though, man. Like,
yeah, them 20 minutes, especially like when you shooting a game and you sitting down.
Yeah, you were like, what?
How can we stream it? What apps? Talking about the basketball game? Oh, this is off Twitch.
Okay, Twitch. Let's go, Kansas. Are you from Kansas? Do you live in Kansas? What is it to do in Kansas? I mean, I know it's nothing but barbecue sauce.
It's on ESPN, my guy. You can pull it up on your TV and then have us in the background as your commentary. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel too, my man. We got a triple, top of the key. Iowa State makes their first three-pointer. Just a basketball fan. I'm an Illinois fan, and we'll do. Thank you so much, man. You'll enjoy it. We put out a lot of good content. Actually, we just dropped the episode earlier today at 2:00 talking about the Luka Doncic trade, amongst other things, in episode 27 already. Ooh, okay, yeah, throw it down, turnover, tie ball game at 7 apiece. We got a 3-on-3.
Shoot it.
Now they don't have the numbers.
Oh, yes,
come on, man, that's a bad turnover. Going to the basket. So we're going to get some free throws. I think this might be the second or third round of free throws from this game. 14:29 to go in the first half. Kansas and Iowa State matching up in a Big 12 showdown. KJ Adams, a most improved player from the Big 12 in 2022 and 23. He's averaging 8.3 points a game and 4.7 rebounds a game for the senior forward as he puts his team up by 1.
Let's go, boy.
It's been a straight little game to start off with, though.
It is, man. I don't like I said, college is a weird one for me. You know,
I remember we went to the Final Four as he makes his second one. It's 9-7 now. I remember we went to the championship game when it was North Carolina and Kansas. What was that? 3 years ago? It was me and Seth when it was in New Orleans. The Final Four was in New Orleans. And Iowa State responds right back. Keyshawn Gilbert. He has 5 points, 2 of 2 from the floor. But I remember we was there, and that game was fire, bro. And to watch that stuff in person, the atmosphere was electric. Paul Pierce was there, Mario Chalmers, like all them boys was there. Triple off the mark for Kansas. Gilbert coming back down the floor for Iowa State. He gonna pull it from deep. And see, like to me, that's a bad 3, bro. Like early in the shot clock, he throws a lob to his big man. I think that's Jackson, and he's fouled, so he will shoot 2.
You smacked the mess out of him.
He didn't even have numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like shooting a 3 like that, like I don't get that.
What, is shooting 3 like that?
Yeah, like I don't get that. Unless you're trying to like in a situation where you're trying to get like a 2-for-1 or something like that. Other than that, I don't get that.
No, I get it if it's a heat check. But when you throwing a rock through the ocean, like that's
everyone in the chat right now, man. Y'all go ahead and hit the subscribe button for us. We greatly appreciate that. We just dropped the episode about the Luka AD trade on the channel, so y'all can go check that out too.
Tell us who you think won the trade. Was it the Mavericks? Was it the Lakers?
You know, now that I've thought about it more in the short term, Dallas. But in the long term, the Lakers are going to win because they got their franchise guy for the next decade. Luka is 25. Now, what I did not know or did not realize is that by them trading him, that man not going to get his super max. He's going to get like $345 million.
You know, I can't get it no more until next year.
Crazy.
That's the part that really hurt. Hey!
Here we go.
What's your name, sir?
Mr. AJ Store.
AJ Store. 26% from 3, but it looked 100% from there.
Good ball movement going around. Jackson swinging. He's got a pick and pop. Oh, good drop step. But it got blocked. Kansas with the ball. They trying to run with it. And they're going to set the offense up. There you go. Set it up. Got a good screen. Dickinson gets it down low. Okay, he got to move. Let's see if he can work with it. Now he's going to swing it back in the corner. 3 ball off the mark. Iowa State gets the rebound. Man, this been a straight little game. But these boys are really 1 from 7 from 3. Really, Kansas not shooting good either now. Dickinson gets a block for Kansas, and they got numbers. They're running. Got an alley, and it's a layup for Kansas as they're going to go up 14-10 now, and the student section is absolutely loving it. AJ Store now with 5 points after that triple he hit earlier.
This is nasty.
What, the game? I'm talking about the that atmosphere looked lit there, especially for a Monday night. Ooh.
I mean, there's nothing to do in Kansas.
I don't know, man. I mean, Monday night at 8 p.m.
Nah, they in the same time zone. They in Central Time.
I don't think so. I think they Central. I think they're Central Time zone. But yeah, Luka obviously is a perennial superstar. And Dallas looks crazy in the long term for not keeping that brother. But you talking about a business decision? They said we're trying to save some money.
That's what I thought it was all the time. I thought it was just a save money trade. I didn't think they wanted to pay him. I didn't think they believed in him when it comes to his health. I mean, unless they know something that we don't know. He's a Whataburger, In-N-Out, and McDonald's every night.
Bro, Kev on stage. I gotta find that video. Kev on stage was talking about, he did a skit. He was like, me listening to everybody talk about why Luka got traded. He was
like that. I mean, that's the only way it makes sense. Other than that, I don't see it.
Let's see, Kev on stage. That boy Kev on stage is hilarious, bro. He'd be so funny.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Luka Doncic has been traded.
There you go. Y'all, some of y'all probably done seen this skit. Hold up. I'll get it right. Let's get right.
Luka Doncic has been traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers today. In a Mavs brass say that one of the reasons they traded Luka was his conditioning. They didn't feel that Luka was prepared. Bottom line is that Luka is 270 pounds. He's a fat piece of biscuit eating, ribs eating. The barbecue in Texas was really becoming a problem for him specifically. The bottom line is Mavs brass said Luka put the slow in Slovenia and the Slav in Slavic. He was just a fat piece of whiteness. Let's be honest here, folks. You're 270 pounds. You are of no value to anyone in the world. Yes, you went to the finals and you want a super. What a trade, folks. But Luka's more concerned with what a burger, which he's going to miss. In-N-Out seems to be his first option when he lands. Now, listen, Skip, you want to be in good shape. You're going to play with old Bo James. You got to go ahead and put that burger down, Luka. You're going to be fat people. Who needs them? Not the Dallas Mavericks. They ship Luka and his big, fat, white, super max, more like super size, though. The front office thinks he's going to eat the building. Dallas spelled backwards is salad, which Luka won't eat. Fat.
Bro, like Kev on stage is hilarious, dog. Who thinks of that? He talking about Dallas spelled backwards is salad, which Luka won't eat. That's insane.
That's the part
Shout
that
out to Kev on stage.
I'm like, a lot of people is blaming his weight and stuff like that. And I get that. They haven't really been a problem. Luka, I mean, if he was fat before the season, he would play his way into shape. And last year, he took you to the finals.
Let me tell you something. Just like I told somebody earlier today, if you at the rate you can put the ball through the hole, you could be on my 600-pound life for all I care. You can be as big as you want to, Luka. Score that 34. Give me that 70 and 20, or what was it, 16-20 triple-double he had at one point. Give me that. You eat all the hamburgers you want to. I will personally buy you a Whataburger.
You eat all the what?
You can eat, man. You can eat all the chicken and biscuits, honey butter chicken biscuits that you want to.
He go to Popeyes to get the chicken and Don Julio, huh?
Whatever you want, brother. As long as you can drop 30 and 10 later tonight. Whatever you can. Whatever you want. I will personally cater it for you. Like, what are we talking about?
Yo.
Back in action there in Kansas at Allen Fieldhouse is the Jayhawks lead the number 8 Iowa State Cyclones 14-10 with 11:37 to go in the first half. So far, it's been a pretty good ball game. Both teams haven't shot the 3-ball particularly well, but we've seen a lot of good ball movement and some pretty good defense along the way. TJ Otzelberger, that's a name. Otzelberger. Bet you Luka will eat an Otzelberger. He'll eat an Otzelberger.
He's not from here with a name like that.
Can't be. Not with a name like that.
You gotta be
names on y'all. Otzelberger. Here we go. Kansas.
Swing.
You traveled? Oh, no. Kansas 3 turnovers. Iowa State with just 1. It's still very early in the ball game. Just 9 minutes off the clock in the first half. 4 of 16 shooting for Iowa State. 5 of 11 for Kansas. They're at Allen Fieldhouse for the Big 12 matchup. Like I said, 1 of 7 from 3 for Iowa State. 2 of 6 for Kansas. Mr. Gilbert with a pump fake from the 3-point line. He swings it back out. We got a screen and roll and a floater attempt, and it's good. So it's now 14-12 Iowa State. Curtis Jones, I think he was like a 6th man earlier for them in the season, and now he's worked his way into the lineup. Starting this.
Like I said, this was a pretty decent matchup between the two.
Oh, there goes another 3.
Uh-oh. Cash money.
Shaquille Moore putting his team up by 5, the largest lead of the game for Kansas so far. Iowa State steady battling, though, trying to get a good shot down low. But it's going to be a turnover. I believe it's their second one of the matchup. And I think we're about to have a timeout. Either that or subs. Inside out. Inside out. Dickinson drawing a lot of attention, too.
He's doing a great job.
I believe he's their leading scorer. I believe he is. So all the eyes are on him. Y'all know at halftime we're gonna have to talk about how them Rams got Elijah hurting right now.
Hurt. All these trades, bro. Everybody wanted. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, look, the NBA trade. Hey, the NBA trade deadline started it up. The NFL about to say, "Hold my beer." That's what they trying to do.
I know after Sweetnut and then Myles Garrett.
Bro, whoever get him, first of all, you're gonna have to give up 2 first rounds. Whoever get Myles Garrett. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that later. But we're gonna need something to talk about at half. This is 9:34 to go in the first half. Kansas leading 19-12 as they're currently on a 10-2 run. Double teaming Dickinson. He finds the open man. They swing it. So that's their game plan. They gonna double. They say if y'all gonna beat us, you're not doing it with Hunter Dickinson. I can't blame him. That boy's 7'2". All right, Iowa State back with the ball. Trying to get something going back on offense and kill the scoring drop. And they're off the mark there for Jackson. He gets a rebound. Resetting the clock. Dang, they got 7 offensive. So they beat them offensive rebound wise.
Yeah.
They're killing them on the glass.
Yeah, they like I said, it's just for Kansas, for Iowa State, they're not finishing. Kansas,
They going with their game plan. They said, okay, you gonna double Hunter Dickinson. We're gonna find an open man and we're gonna take the best shot. Bottom line. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. But a lot of times, especially like in NBA basketball, folks don't be doing that. Folks do not be doing that. Chat, y'all think Dallas won the trade or Luke or LA? Who won the
LA. I got LA
who won the Luka trade, y'all? As it's 19-12. Like I said, man, long-term wise, LA got their guy. Dallas gets AD. AD is not a scrub by no stretch. AD is not a scrub. But it just looks crazy when you trade a 5-time All-NBA first-team selection, a brother that literally took you to the NBA Finals last year. It looks crazy. It looks crazy. Kansas holding a 19-13 lead now. Iowa State trying to get hot on their own and go on their own run. You know, basketball is a game of runs. That's what they're trying to do.
I'm happy you said that.
What, the basketball is a game of runs?
So, we was watching the South Carolina and Auburn game today.
Kansas just busted 3 right there. Zeke Mayo.
That's a good one.
That was a good one. They might have opened up a can of worms, bro. Might be on and popping. 13-3 run over the last 5.5 minutes or so. And Allen Fieldhouse is absolutely electric. Iowa State quiets the crowd for a moment with a 2-pointer down low. So it's now 22-15. That's Taman Lipsey. Hunter Dickinson takes a 3-pointer. He's off the mark, but Kansas gets a rebound.
I don't know why he'll shoot that anyway.
Dickinson gets a putback. It's now 24-15.
Oh, call a timeout. Call a timeout, Pretzel Burger.
Yeah, bro. His name ain't Otzelberger. He talking about pretzel. Pretzel Burger is insane. Jackson matched up with Dickinson. He's trying to bag him down in the post. Can he work him down low? He cannot. Off the mark. Kansas running. Bro, you should have took your time and made it. He didn't know if he wanted to dunk it or lay it up. He misses it. Iowa State back the other way with the ball. There's a lot of pushing and shoving going down low between Dickinson and Jackson. And Iowa State knocks it out of bounds. And we're going to have a timeout as Kansas takes a 24-15 lead with 6:45 to go in the first half. This game moving by pretty fast, ladies and gentlemen. I like that. I like a swift basketball game. I like
so that. At the bottom of the screen, I looked at the ticker where they showed the NBA scores. They had the Bucks getting beat the bricks out of Oklahoma. Oklahoma beat the bricks out of the Bucks. So it said injury report. It said Giannis, I think was his knee. Damian Lillard, I think was his thigh. But then they showed Chris Middleton. It said ankles. They didn't say ankle. It said ankles.
Both his ankles. He got them loose ankles. He got them rolling ankles.
It's like said
Chris Middleton.
I think he's on the trading block too.
Chris Middleton. Didn't he just sign an extension not too long ago though?
Yeah, but I don't see. I don't see him staying there. I think they're looking for a third.
I don't know, man. What pieces are out there that you can go and get to complement Dame and Giannis?
To be honest, if you want to put that out there, I think that's one of the few ones I say, yo, go get Jimmy Butler.
I don't know, man. Like, it's all those guys are so ball dominant. Like, people are saying like Luka and LeBron ain't gonna work, but I fully believe LeBron is gonna defer to Luka because number one, he wants to. Because number one is because he's 40 years old. Of course, he's gonna give the ball to the young dude.
You right.
But also, like, he's been trying to play off ball since Kyrie. Like, he's been trying to find some. Please take this ball away from me. I don't want to run point.
Some people don't understand.
Over the corner, spot up, shoot, flash to the basket, cut. That's all I want to do.
A lot of people
Like,
don't understand that, bro.
They don't understand that, man. They want LeBron with the ball in his hand every possession, and they wonder why he can't be efficient, bro. Because he having the dribble, set up run the offense, create his own shot, make sure he get everybody else involved, and then go play defense on the other end. You know, but that's another thing too. Like, despite the fact that LA is going to get a ton of offensive firepower with Luka, like it's really going to be up to Luka of how bad he want to play defense. Like from here on out, bro. Ain't finna be no more. Oh well, I could give you 70, and the defense ain't gonna be all that good, so don't worry about it. No, fam, no. You gonna have to sit in the chair. You gonna have to do something. You gonna have to work.
Facts.
Work.
And I feel like a lot of people don't understand how it's gonna be, because I feel like this is how I feel personally. I think that it's going to work only for the simple fact, like you said, he wants to defer to Luka. But I also think that with LeBron unselfishness, like I don't even think he really feel like, hey, this is my team. I feel like he wanted to do that with Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis was so inconsistent on the offensive end that he couldn't. And the only thing, like we all say, is defense, because LeBron's 40. And to be honest with you, Luka's not playing. He doesn't play great defense. So.
Chris Middleton signed a 3-year, $102 million contract back in 2023. So I think this is the second year of the deal. But we're gonna see, man. Let's see. Kansas back with the ball. And it's like I said, they're leading 24-15 with 6:30 to go. It looks like Mayo is going to the free throw line to try to make it a double-digit lead for the Jayhawks. And if Kansas get this win, man, it's going to be big for them, because they 6-4 in Big 12 play. Iowa State is 7-3, so they'll both be 7-4 in Big 12 play. That's probably going to completely knock Iowa out of the top 15 of the AP poll. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they've lost back-to-back games. So that's going to really hurt them as we get closer to March Madness, getting ready to start, especially once you get to these tournaments in a little bit. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think it's about a month left of basketball.
Yeah, because February. Conference play is about to start. And after that's March Madness. One and done. You think they'll make the basketball season a little longer like they did the football season?
Talking about for the NBA?
No, college.
I was gonna say, how much longer do you need? 82 games. You need to shorten it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you need to cut that.
You need to cut it down. You can't, for one, you can't get people to consistently watch it. Like, viewership obviously isn't what it used to be. Like, the biggest show is a show where Kenny, Shaq, Chuck, and Ernie be sitting there laughing at these boys half the time and calling them scrubs and bums. So they're not doing nothing to promote the game. Like, people are watching for them. They're not watching for the game. No. They're like, oh, they're waiting till the games go on. Let me turn and put it. That's what I'm doing. Inside the NBA, I want to see that. I want to see Shaq trip over the Christmas tree. I want to see Chuck stutter and stammer over these people names. Kenny run up there with his knees rubbing together on the big board, and Ernie running point. I'm not worried about the Phoenix Suns versus the Atlanta Hawks on a random Tuesday night. I don't care about that. I don't care about that.
And that's another. They play basketball on the weirdest days, bro.
I mean, it's like I heard somebody say today. It's like it's turning into like baseball. It's on almost every day, but it's like, do I really care about this game?
Yeah.
You try to get the in-season play-in tournament going on, or the in-season tournament, I mean, and ain't nobody really rocking with that no more. You know, Iowa State is ice cold right now. They're down 11 points to the Jayhawks. They're 1 of 9 from 3. They need to stop shooting the 3 and attack the basket expeditiously. Expeditiously with haste. Kansas turning the ball over. Oh, no, he's going to have a jump ball. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Iowa State gets the possession arrow, so it's their ball. Olsenberger sitting there with his arms folded with the part in his head.
Come on, Pretzelberger.
Otzelberger, man. I might be saying it wrong. Shoot. Some kind of burger. Cheeseburger, patty melt. Luca know what kind of burger is known for.
I think it's got German though.
That'll be something. Iowa State currently leading the Big 12 in points with 83 a game. They are lucky to score 50 right now at the pace they're going. They almost turn it over. Shot clock winding down. And it's off the mark again from 3. They try to get offensive rebound. They can't get the putback. Can't get that putback. Kansas gets the rebound. They are going to get blown out of the water if they – Kansas swinging it to the perimeter, shooting the 3. They're off the mark. Man, like, this is rough.
Yeah, I mean, it started off great. But,
started off phenomenal. Started off great. We were in for a treat. Right now, Iowa State getting clapped a little bit. Ain't lie. Bro. They cannot get to the basket. Then when they do, they can't finish. Jesus, what are they shooting from the floor? 3:50 to go in the first quarter. Curtis Jones, their best player, is 1 of 6 from the floor as we're going into a timeout. See if I can find some stizzats from this game. Boy, these boys are hurting.
Yes, they are. I wonder if they have anybody else.
Talking about Iowa State?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's a fall off that you have going on.
Bro, the point percentage. Joshua Jefferson, 1 of 6. Deshaun Jackson, 1 of 5. Lipsy, 1 of 6. Curtis Jones, 1 of 6. Keyshawn Gilbert, 2 for 5. 3 people coming off the bench. They got to be a little banged up. What they playing with 8? How many Kansas playing tonight? Kansas playing 9. Hunter Dickinson 3 or 4 from the floor. Zeke Mayo 2 for 4. AJ Storr coming off the bench 2 for 5.
Dickerson could be 100% from the field if he didn't take that foolish 3-point.
Well, I mean, he was open though. He was open. I'm not mad at an open 3-pointer. I'm not mad at that. Get your shine on with an open 3-pointer. You know what I mean? Get your shine on, man.
Look at this. Show Matthew Stafford on TV. I can't look at this, man.
You gonna be all right, man. He got his. That's his wife.
Yeah.
All right, Matt.
You didn't hear what she said about him?
What? What she said about him?
Yo, this was like a controversy for like weeks. So basically, Matt was talking to her. Then I guess he wasn't showing her enough attention. So she started messing around with the backup quarterback in Georgia.
Oh, I do remember that. That's sick.
Yeah,
that's sick.
I told that. Why would you even say that out loud?
Oh yeah, what was that? Back in college, she did that. Yeah, she did it on like a podcast. She said that. That was crazy. And she should have took that to the grave.
It's not even. I mean, if you share that with Matt, you keep that in the house. You know what I'm saying?
You take that to the grave. Don't you put that out there.
Yeah, you take that to the grave.
Don't you put that out in the public.
Put that out there, man. It's just like, what are you doing?
Because we gonna fight if you put that out there. Chat what y'all think. If your old lady was talking to the backup quarterback, like, and you okay with her going on a podcast and talking about that? Like, what are we doing?
Oh, I feel
crazy, man.
That's how I feel. I'll be upset. Probably call out of work. Probably won't show up for a couple days, couple games.
Oh God, bro. Okay, you go call in sick at practice?
I can't make it today.
Can't make it today. Well, if you can't make it today, you better not show up Sunday.
Hey, you lucky it was the transfer portal back then. I'm out of here, Kirby.
We'd have been arguing when she came home from that podcast episode taping.
Well, if I knew about it, I'd have told. Well, I know Kirby wasn't a coach then, but Kirby, it's me or him, Kirby.
It's me or him. We would have been arguing.
Go ahead, Iowa. Swing that thing.
Iowa State trying to get back in it. They're down 11 with 3:41 to go in the first half. They only have 15 points here in the first half. They're shooting atrociously, just 20% from the floor. Jackson trying to get something going, trying to shoot it over the top of his 7'2" Hunter Dickinson. He's off the mark, and he's like 1 of 7 from the floor. They have nothing going.
Can you imagine trying to recruit somebody to Iowa State? What we got?
A lot of corn out here. Hunter Dickinson on the pick and roll and one. He hooping. He hooping. Yeah, man. I think Kansas is going to run away with this.
Go look at Iowa State rosters. Let's see where they're from. I don't know. Can you imagine?
Let's see. Let's see about that roster there.
Where are they from?
Iowa State. Oh, this is the women's basketball team.
I don't think that's me.
Let's see. Nate, what is it? How you say his name?
Nate Heisey.
Heisey?
Nate Heisey is from Lake City, Minnesota. Sean Jackson, Oakland. Joshua Jefferson is from Vegas.
Full ride. Kind of.
What's this boy name?
Taman Lipsy.
Taman Lipsy is from Ames, Iowa, so he's a local. Demarion Watson is from Minnesota. Curtis Jones is from Minnesota. Keyshawn Gilbert is from Missouri. Caden Fish is from Kansas City. Cade Hilderman is from Waukee, Iowa, so native. Who's this freshman with this name?
Noyes Indrusitis.
Noyes Indrusitis is from Chicago. Boy, y'all got some names. God dog, what is this?
From overseas.
Milan Momcilovic.
Milan Momcilovic is from Wisconsin. Conrad Hawley is from Missouri. JT Rock is from South Dakota. And Brandon Chatfield is from Idaho. So
only 2 places where I'd have been like, I'd have scratched my head. Everybody else.
They said we got to figure out how we can get. We got to figure out how to get this thing going.
You can't convince me to go to Iowa State unless you're giving me some money. You gotta give me some money.
How much money you need? How much NIL you need to go to Iowa State?
I need about $3 million.
$3 million a year?
I need $3 million a year. I'm not going to Iowa. What's in Iowa?
Well, Iowa State putting a little pressure down. They get a turnover. And the dunk on the other end, they've finally scored a point. God, I didn't think they were going to score again here in the first half. They're still down 11 points. Keyshawn Gilbert is their leading scorer and their best shooter. He's the only one that's made more than 1 bucket tonight. Dickinson gets dumped down low. He swings it out, and eventually the ball works its way down around to the three-point line, and Kansas makes the 3. A.J. Storr off the bench has 8 points, 2 of 3 from the three-point line. It's a 14-point ball game with 2 minutes to go.
You only shoot 27% from 3. 66 right now.
Because they're taking good threes. They're taking good threes, and they're making them. Gilbert is single-handedly – his back is killing him because he is carrying his team. He has almost half their points. 9 points.
4 for 7.
Kansas going to shoot free throws. After a foul called there, I believe, on Gilbert. National Signing Day coming up on Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, but it's not the same buzz around it as it used to be because of early signing period and the transfer portal and NIL. So a lot of the big name guys that are out there have kind of already put pen to paper in the early signing period. But I'm wondering if there ain't going to be any more big name guys to make some decisions on Wednesday. Oh, Iowa State gets another turnover. Gilbert turns it over himself. Kansas with the ball back, and they're trying to run. Alley-oop. What a dunk. Kansas is feeling it, bro. Forcing Iowa State to take a timeout, something they should have done probably fresh off the bus because they are getting cooked right now.
Only if South Carolina play like this.
Yeah. They hooping. Kansas is hooping right now. Oh, that's that you throwing shots at them. That's crazy. That's crazy. Fight back, Kira. Fight back. Tell them that's why Cooper Kupp getting traded. Say that.
Rams not in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
She right. She got you there, boy.
Your team win championships?
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Hey, watching basketball with her is crazy sometimes. The girls be up like 10 to 2, and she be like, "That's not enough." Hey, you can't get a blowout every time. Jeez Louise.
You can't. But they got some. Oh, it's another top 25 matchup happening tomorrow. Ole Miss and Kentucky. That's gonna be a good one. Yeah, I mean this one was supposed to be good, but
Kentucky lost to Arkansas the other night.
Yeah, I seen that. Man,
What kind of shot was that?
Kansas is about to run away with this thing.
The dude hit the top of the backboard. That looked like me at LA Fitness.
Oh my God. Yo. Now this has been a rough outing. All the way around. This has been a rough outing. Man.
You know what game we should stream?
What?
The Knicks and the Celtics.
When that is?
Saturday. Oh, wait. Oh, no, we got a big day the next day.
You gotta get all you need, huh?
Yeah, I gotta get all the sleep I can get.
We got a big day next day. Yeah.
I don't know. We
Kansas is absolutely getting destroyed. Kansas is absolutely destroying Iowa State right now. 33-19. 48 seconds to go in the first quarter or first half. And no signs of slowing down for the Jayhawks. They have the ball. They're inbounding right now. The only way that Kansas doesn't lose this game is if they completely collapse in the second half. And Harris gets a foul. He's able to draw a foul, So he'll shoot two. So potentially making it 35-19. 39 seconds to go in the game in the first half. Guys, at half, we're going to be talking the NFL trade rumors swirling. Myles Garrett wants out of Cleveland. Cooper Kupp wants out of, it's going to be out of LA because the team told him, we getting you up out of here. We shopping. We going shopping. They said we going shopping. We picking out a new suit, a new dress, new pair of shoes.
Me in the cart.
Throwing you away. Adding it to the cart. They on Amazon. They on Shein. Fashion Nova. They shopping.
Yeah, they shopping, bro. Oh, that hurt.
Bro, he's like 33. He has more good years behind him than he has in front of him. Come on,
bro, he's 30.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, cool. Because right now he is more washed than a pair of jeans.
Yeah. I mean, it's the right move, but it's just dang, like he 30,
Cuban Cub.
31, I think. Actually.
He's 31.
31.
He'll be 32 in June. So
It's about that time.
Man, Gilbert with a half-court heave as Kansas holds a 35-19 halftime lead. TJ Olsenberger's team is fighting for answers because they are getting mollywopped here at the half as they are shooting. Let's see, what's the percentage? They are shooting currently outside of Keyshawn Gilbertson. As a team, they are shooting 23% from the field and 8% from three. They have one three-pointer made by Keyshawn Gilbert. He is single-handedly carrying this team.
In the words of Bubba, trash.
Trash. Oh, man. We're going to see if it gets any better for him out of the half. So as we enter halftime, we are going to switch gears for a second, ladies and gentlemen, and talk about the NFL trade rumor mill that's been swirling around. Well, this really ain't a rumor at all because Myles Garrett put out a statement himself. But earlier today, the four-time first-team All-Pro requested a trade from the Cleveland Browns in which he released a statement saying, as a kid, dreaming of the NFL, all focused on was the ultimate goal of winning a Super Bowl, and that goal fuels me today more than ever. My love for the community of Northeast Ohio and the incredible fan base of the Cleveland Browns has made this one of the toughest decisions of my life. These past 8 years have shaped me into the man that I am today. While I've loved calling this city my home, my desire to win and compete on the biggest stages won't allow me to be complacent. The goal was never to go from Cleveland to Canton. It has always been to compete and win a Super Bowl. With that in mind, I have requested to be traded from the Cleveland Browns. Myles Garrett, M95. So, Elijah, was it time for this move to happen? What do you think about, Myles kind of putting it out there that he wants to make a move?
I'm happy that he said that he's trying to win a championship because it's not going to happen in Cleveland. But I just think that, honestly, with all that, I think it's the right move. It's the right move for Myles because he has more years left. He's 29, I think. 2 years left on that deal. You want to win at some point, man. We all know that if he's not able to be the most dominant player on defense, he's close to it. I think that Myles Garrett should, or whoever trades for him, have a bargain because they know what they're going to get from him. He's going to cause double teams. He's going to cause matchup problems and everything of that nature. So I can't wait to see what happens with it. I think he made the right move, saying that he wants to win. Hey, bro. That's when he's really dangerous. To me, I just hope the Browns do the right thing to get into that destination. A winning franchise.
Yeah, man. The fact that he was kind of classy about it and he's not kind of going the Jimmy Butler route is it says a lot about his character, going to the team first and then putting out his own statement to making sure that he kind of controls the narrative of how this thing is going about. Myles Garrett has clearly always been what exemplifies a Cleveland Brown. He's been there through the thin and the thick. Mostly the thin, and he has been the face of the franchise. You think about guys like him, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Denzel Ward, guys like that have meant a lot to that franchise, and the defense has always kind of kept them in a lot of the conversations, and it's been spearheaded by him. Whoever gets Myles is going to get an instant plug-and-play game changer. We're talking about a game record. We're talking about one of the premier pass rushers in the game. And if he continues on the trajectory that he's on, he could very well be in the, final conversation as one of the greatest pass rushers that we've seen. I mean, his style, he can do it all. He can run the hoop, he can rush you with power. He can rush you with speed. He's got moves. He can play all 4 down lineman positions. And when you have a guy up front that can do that for you, that's a valuable piece and asset to what you're able to do. But if we're talking about possible landing spots, who do you think is somebody that could potentially be, there in the scope? I know got the draft order pulled up. See if I can get it. So right now, obviously, Tennessee, Cleveland has the number 2 overall pick. The Giants, the Patriots, Jacksonville, Vegas. So either it's going to have to be a team that's low and wants to move up, or it's going to have to be a team that has an immediate need to try to go and get that. Elijah, where do you think is kind of a comparable spot for Miles? Well, not really comparable, because wherever you put him, he going to work. But where do you think what franchise kind of needs him the most, especially when you look at some of these teams here in the draft?
I think Buffalo is one. I think Cincinnati could be another. Minnesota could be one.
Get Cox Internet for just $35 a month. Cox Mobile. TaxAct has live experts on hand, so you don't have to sweat your taxes.
Atlanta could be
like
one.
The antiperspirant of tax companies.
But that's really it. We're talking about giving around first round picks.
Sounds a lot cooler in my head. TaxAct. Let's get them over with. I'm trying a new marketing tactic. What do you think?
Because honestly, a lot of these guys are different.
ONEWay to tell people about Boost Mobile
I think
5G network.
number 1 in that category because they need a pass rusher pretty bad. Somebody come off the end. Von Miller's getting up there in age.
I like it.
They need somebody. But speaking of that, like if you're Buffalo, you have to give number 1s or anybody, but Buffalo for sure you probably give 2 number 1s because he's
Made me hate muscles.
So
yeah, I tell you what, the Las Vegas Raiders would be bad. Get somebody that can combo with Max Crosby. I don't know what you need to do. Obviously, you need a quarterback, and you're in a position, you're in a decent draft position to go and get a quarterback. But maybe you wait because you're there at 6 right now, but maybe you wait a little bit later and go in the second round. Obviously Cleveland is in a phenomenal position in terms of draft order, but it's all about like what are you looking for? Are you a quarterback away? Are you one player away to be making yourself a Super Bowl contender? Obviously Vegas is going to be straight because Pete Carroll, he goes and he poaches Chip Kelly from Ohio State after he helped the Buckeyes get there to the national championship and win it. But I don't know, man. Like you said, Atlanta could be a good landing spot. You mentioned Buffalo. But if I'm Pete Carroll, bro, I'm trying to figure out a way. I don't know what we got to trade, who we got to trade, but I'm trying to get him because I'm trying to have that lineup where it's going to be Max Crosby on one side and Myles Garrett on the other. Ain't no double team. It's pick a side.
Right.
Pick a side. Who do you want to get multiple sacks tonight? So we'll see. We'll see how soon this happens. We'll see if the Browns fight Myles Garrett any. If they, go ahead and try to make the decision happen. I know the general manager, actually, I seen a tweet somewhere that I think it was the general manager. He said, a reporter asked GM Andrew Berry last week, if someone sees you at dinner and says, we'll give you 2 1s from Myles, do you say I'm not interested? Berry said, correct. You can put that on record. So he not taking 2 number 1s, but that was last week. One NFL GM on what a trade for Myles could look like. Diana Rossini tweeting, probably a 1+. Can't wait for it will be 3 first rounds. It's not happening. 1 and 2, 1 and 2 threes, throw a player in there. So it's gonna have to be a huge package deal. It ain't finna be nothing small. No small potatoes here. But we'll see. We'll see who puts the offers out there and where ultimately Myles Garrett will land. And another, not a trade rumor, but a trade shopping going on is the LA Rams. Elijah Nixon's LA Rams, as we see how hurt our brother is right now, because the former Triple Crown wide receiver Cooper Kupp posting on his Twitter page really just 2 hours ago, saying that I was informed that the team will be seeking a trade immediately and will be working with me and my family to find the right place to continue competing for championships. I don't agree with the decision and always believed it was going to begin and end in LA. Still, if there's one thing that I have learned over the years, there are so many things that are out of your control, but it's how you respond to these things that you will look back on and remember. I've taken so much pride in playing alongside my teammates for the LA community. So thank you for embracing my family and making this a special place for us. 2024 began with one of the best training camps of my career. Preparations start now for 2025. Highly motivated, as healthy as ever. Looking forward to playing elite football for years to come. Love you guys, but coming for it all. So, Elijah, you being a Rams fan, what are your thoughts on the Cooper Kupp being shopped around?
It hurts. It hurts. Shoot the chair for me.
But I thought you was finna cry. Hey, I thought you was finna cry for real. I was finna clip that right now. You was finna we was finna go viral. Boy, I thought you finna cry for real.
It's time though. Cooper Kupp, who I think taught Puka Nacua a lot of things. It's just time for Puka Nacua to step up and Cooper Kupp to lead the charge. If you know. The same thing happened with Robert Woods. Robert Woods taught Cooper Kupp, and then we had to get him out of there. It's going to just keep going like that. Because money is money. We need the money. So again, with Cooper, I think he does have a lot left in the tank. But that's number one. I think he left in the tank as a scorer. I can't see how that happened. I think the Buffalo Bills probably move, the Kansas City Chiefs move. Hopefully, it's a move for us to go get Myles Garrett. But that's like me throwing a rock to Australia right now. But at the end of the day, it's time, man. Cooper Kupp is getting up there at age. I think like 31.
31. He'll be 32 in June. 32 in June.
That time, man. It's about that time. Thankful for the year that he gave us, Super Bowl MVP that he was there for, but it's about that time, man.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, like you said. With him up in age, I still think that he has a little bit left in the tank. But when you're paired up alongside Puka Nacua, who is much cheaper right now, and knowing that you're probably going to have to pay him, because this is, I think, his second year. You know that you're going to have to pay him coming up pretty soon, and you're going to have to give him a long-term deal. You're going to have to give him, upwards of $20 million. And Cooper Kupp just doesn't fit in that equation right now. So obviously his past resume speaks for itself as a former Triple Crown winner, like Elijah mentioned, also a Super Bowl MVP. But at the end of the day, when you look at things, the league is never about what you've done. It's about what can you do in the future. And being 31 and about to be 32 years old, in a realistic sense, Cooper Kupp probably has about another 3, maybe 4 years with a stretch in front of him. And in those 3 to 4 years, are you expecting him to be a number one receiver? Probably not. What you're going to be looking for more so is a guy that can be a mentor, that can coach up, that can show the ropes to the next best thing out there, and can put that receiver in the position to be a superstar the same way that he did for Puka Nacua. So I don't know what would be a comparable spot for Cooper. I don't know what team he could end on that would, he could go to the Kansas City Chiefs, but I don't know. Like, does he go and take the vet minimum and he goes to Kansas City to chase a ring? Goes there with Patrick Mahomes. He gives game to Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, and all those guys there that they have. Does he make it work over there? Does that make sense?
I think so, man. I don't see DeAndre Hopkins coming back. So, and I think with
He might
Travis,
retire if they win the Super Bowl.
yeah, and I think with Travis Kelce, who want to bring to retiring too. Like Cooper Kupp is a slot receiver, but to me, I'm not saying he's going to go down there in the tight end, but he could be that extra guy that could clear out for other guys, rolling across the middle, playing that route like how Travis Kelce does. And I think with Patrick Mahomes, that'll fit very well because he knows to play. And then with the speed that they have with Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy, they go down and he could come in across. And Travis Kelce did. So it'll be a fit in Kansas City. That or Buffalo. So.
Yeah, what kind of value do you think Cup kind of garners? Does he still get you a third, fourth round pick, or is it kind of just like, whatever you can give us, we'll give you Cooper. We'll throw it in.
I think if we get a second round pick, that's a win. But I think everything from third to fourth, 6 to 7, too low. Let me tell you something. Matter of fact, let me say this right now, because we did this with Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey had a lot left in the tank, and I knew we was trading him because we needed some money and clear it out. But if we trade to do the same thing, we traded him for a third round pick and a tight end that don't even get in the game. We need to do something about that. Nobody even know who Hunter Long is. I don't know who Hunter Long is. 2 years he's been on this roster, and I seen him drop 2 passes. I don't want him back. I don't want the Rams to do anything like that again. I don't care if we try to make somebody happy. Business is business. If we were trying to make Jalen Ramsey happy, we would have kept him. Business is business. We don't want somebody that we think we could develop. Either he could play right now, we could go get a draft pick, or don't trade him at all.
That's on period. Elijah with the mic drop there. As the Rams are seeking to trade Cooper Kupp, we will see in the coming days and weeks if Kupp will end up in his next home. But we do know that it will no longer be in LA. So, guys, now it is entering the second half of the top 25 matchup, top 16 matchup, really, between Iowa State and Kansas. Currently, Iowa State is getting trampled 35-19, shooting just 20% from the floor. Gilbert is the only guy on the floor for the Cyclones that's made more than one shot. They are normally, and Kansas comes right out of the gate and gets a bucket. Normally, Iowa State leads the Big 12 in points scored per game with 83. Like I said earlier, they'll be lucky if they get 50 right now with the way they're playing. It's been rough for them. They've been trying to double team Hunter Dickinson, and it has not worked. He's still got 8 points, and he's been able to find guys on the perimeter, dish the basketball to them so they can take shots, whether it's been big 3-pointers or finding, open cuts. They've been doing it all in whatever ways they need to. So 37 and God dog, boy, you took a bite out of what is that?
Bro, this is ice cream called Fat Boys. It's a shortbread cookie with caramel ice cream and cashews and some caramel swirl in here. Let me tell you something.
Oh, did I tell you that I tried that Biscoff ice cream thing? Oh, y'all, I can't remember what episode that was when we were talking about Biscoff. Oh, whatever episode we were talking about Auburn, the basketball team, getting into a fight on the team plane. And I was talking about how I only, like during flights, all I want is apple juice and Biscoff cookies. Biscoff has an ice cream cone. And when I tell you that mud tastes just like a Biscoff cookie, dog, they only sell it in Target. But then I don't know. I don't know if they discontinued it or if it was a limited time, because I went back in there, I didn't see it no more, and I ain't been back since. So that kind of pissed me off a little bit. But the 2 times I had it, my God, today, what a wonderful, magnificent experience.
I think good, bro. I think good. Kara put me on. She was like, "You need to try one of them ice creams." I'm like, "They ain't on nothing." I took a bite. I was like, "Only 4 coming here?"
He was hot. He was like, "Go back to the stove right now." Man, 16-point game. Iowa State still trailing. What do you even do right now when you're like this? Like, you telling your team attack the basket, but shoot, they ain't making it. Like,
You just gotta pray to God you get some stops because
pretty much.
you ain't getting nothing. It's a uniform.
What they should have won a burgundy ones.
Yeah, there was something else.
Got a screen, mid-range jumper. I'm not mad at it. He's just off the mark. He gets a rebound. Back up, Jefferson off the mark, and they turn it over. Oh boy, this is horrid.
Out there looking like crossing guards. You over here. It's the worst.
Crossing girls is crazy.
They're shooting 24% from the field. Look at that. Take the 3-point, go to the lane, draw a foul. Works every time. And then you got there needs to be a what's that rule called? They need a mercy rule.
Nah, man, they ain't down by that much. They can still come back. It's just not looking like they're going to.
No, it's not. They're not hitting no shots, man. They back at the line, free throw line. I know,
Man.
Come on, Dickerson. You was moving your feet in the first half.
Man. Jackson got a big head. That boy Sugar, he went to that bench. He said, like, God dog, boy. And Iowa State appears to have turned it over. Yes, they did. I want to say that's their 5th or 6th turnover of the game.
This is horrible.
They're down 18.
As a coach, like, what do you say?
Stop turning the ball over. 5th turnover. Kansas has more turnovers, and they're still beating them by 18 points. Dickinson, screen and roll. Top of the key, gives it back to the point guard up top. Mayo, oh no, I think that's Store. Can't get the bank shot. And Iowa State with the basketball again.
He was hoping for a foul.
Jefferson, triple. Stop shooting them threes. Y'all ain't made one. Gilbert, stop shooting them threes. That ain't working. Kansas on the other end with a slam. That is Mr. Griffin. Rylan Griffin getting his first bucket of the day. He was 0 for 4 before making that dunk. 20-point lead.
I'm convinced Iowa.
09.
I'm convinced Iowa State didn't make a shot and shoot around.
Bro, something. I'm for real, bro. These boys might not score 50 points. This is rough. This is horrid. Then you on the road, so it make it worse because you ain't got no crowd energy to feed off of. You see, people don't take into account how important it is or how vital it is and how tough it can be to play on the road. Like, if you not hooping and people hollering at you because you not hooping, but they cheering because you not hooping, bro, that's tough. Bill Self still don't look satisfied. He up 20. As we're going to go into timeout. 15:52 to go in the ball game. Kansas leads 43-23 over the higher ranked Iowa State Cyclones. 3 people in the chat. Y'all go ahead and hit the subscribe button for us as we will do plenty more of these live streams where we commentate and talk about other sports. We also dropped a episode on our channel where we talked about the Luka Doncic trade. Y'all go ahead and check that out for us as well. Man, we thought we was in for a little treat. And ain't nothing happened but Iowa State getting beat.
Hold on, you know what? Let's see what the score is to the other game we was thinking about.
What's about the game that was at the women's game? I think it was.
Yeah,
that one was on ESPN too.
who was it though?
It was NC State and Duke. NC State upset Duke by 6. They beat them 89-83. We should have watched that game.
That's what I said.
And the crazy thing, NC State scored 24 in the first quarter. They were up 7. They scored 8 points in the second. Duke scored 26. So they took 43-32 lead into the half. And then NC State scored 26 in the third to Duke's 19, and then outscored them 31-21 in the fourth quarter. Yeah, we should have picked that game. And Duke had 2 players to score 20 points. NC State
At 36.
what is her name? Isaiah James. Isaiah James, who averages 16.9 points a game, scored 36 points en route to the 6-point victory. Let's see if that's a season high for that young lady. Yeah, that's a season high for her. Let me see if that's a career high because she's a senior. What's the most points Charlotte has scored in her career?
If it was higher than 36, she need to go number 1.
That's crazy. Now she didn't had a couple double-digit games, but I believe the last highest she scored was 33 against Duke. She got Duke number.
She must be from
last year. She is from Virginia Beach. She's from Virginia. Isaiah James scores a career high 36 points en route to the Lady Wolfpack or the Wolfpack. I don't know what that mascot would be considered, but en route to them beating Duke 89-83. Yeah, we should have picked that game. That game over too, so we wouldn't be on stream right now. We'd have been done. It seemed like that was a better game.
Way better game, bro.
Because this right now is poo-poo. Oh, the Big 12 championship is gonna be tournament is gonna be in Kansas City. Kansas City is a fire little city for real. Like that market, man. We've talked about it multiple times. That market is kind of fire. It's kind of fire.
I want to know, like,
what?
Because Kansas City do get a lot of things. I ain't gonna hold you. They don't get the Super Bowl.
They got Kansas State, Missouri. It's the 3 colleges they cover, the major D1 colleges they cover, all the sports. You got the Chiefs, you got the Kansas City Royals, you got the MLS team there. I think it's the KC Current. I think it is. Curtis Jones gets another bucket. I think that's just his second shot made of the game. Yeah, he's 2 of 8, 4 points. Who else? Oh, what else do they have? I think that might be it because they have the Kansas City Royals. They have an NFL team. They don't have an NBA team though. That's the only thing they don't have. But they got 3 colleges there in the market. So busy market with the defending 2-time Super Bowl champs looking to go for the 3rd.
Oh, speaking of that, I got trivia for you.
What's that?
I want to say it's 6, but can you name all the cities that got a football team and a baseball team, but no basketball team? Professionally.
So you said football and baseball?
Yeah, no basketball.
Baltimore is one. Because Baltimore has the Orioles and the Ravens. Let me go. Let's go NFC first. Let's go. No, not Washington. Not Philly. Okay, so let's go NFC North. Detroit has the Pistons and the Lions. They have the Tigers, though. Minnesota has the Twins, the Vikings, and the Timberwolves. Green Bay has the Packers. Wait, with Green Bay, because they get because Milwaukee's not in the. Well, no, Milwaukee has no, because you said football and football and baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Green Bay is by itself. Kansas. I mean, at this point, y'all, we just waiting for this game to end because they hooping. We talking about trivia right now. I'm trying to go to the AFC North. That's at Detroit. See Philadelphia, no. Detroit, no. Green Bay, no. NFC South. New Orleans has the Pelicans. New Orleans.
No, New Orleans don't have none.
You said football and baseball. I keep thinking basketball. God, boy, this is hard. I can't pull up the teams in the NFL.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I'm shoot, it's making my brain hurt. I'm trying to go down the. I'm like NFC North, NFC South. God almighty. Okay. I got Tankathon is a crazy website. I just realized it because I pulled up the draft order and I just clicked on the first one I saw. Tankathon was the first thing that came up. Football and baseball. So no to Chicago, no to New Orleans. What was the first city I said? Tampa Bay is one. Tampa Bay is the Rays and Bucks.
What was the first one you said? Because you got it right.
I don't remember. Oh, Baltimore. Tampa Bay, Baltimore. Kansas City.
I was waiting for you to say them because you just said it.
So that's 3. You said 6?
I think it's 6 or 7.
Buffalo don't have a. No, Buffalo ain't got no baseball team. Seattle has the Mariners and Seattle because they don't have the Supersonics no more. So that's what 4.
Yeah, I think it's 2 more. Are you looking right?
So I said Seattle, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, Kansas City. Seattle, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, Kansas City, Cincinnati.
Okay. I think that's all of them actually.
Yeah, because you said 6, and I'm like,
that's 5.
I don't think it's anymore. Jacksonville don't have no MLB team. Vegas doesn't have an MLB team.
Yeah, I think it's 5. I think that was right.
Oh, I got them. I got them all. So I said Tampa, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Kansas City, and Seattle. There we go, man. 48-27 right now. The Kansas Jayhawks are putting a good old-fashioned whooping on a Monday night.
Cheeks.
No Monday Night Raw, which I was watching the first hour of that before we got on stream. That was more interesting. Jey Uso, he won the Royal Rumble on Saturday night. and he came out and he was cutting the promo, and then Gunther, the world heavyweight champion, who Jey Uso faced him at Saturday night's main event, and Gunther beat him to retain the world heavyweight championship. And Gunther came out there and he said, basically, it's cool and all that you won the Royal Rumble, but you're gonna pick me and I'm gonna beat you again because you suck, is what he basically told him. And Jay was like, hold on, boy. I ain't sorry. And he said, I'm gonna go see about Cody, because you know with the Royal Rumble, the winner, they can pick which world champion they want to face. Of any of the three brands, they can face the NXT champion, they can face the Universal champion or the World Heavyweight champion. So I can't remember who the NXT champion is, but Cody Rhodes is the Universal champion. Gunther is World Heavyweight champion. It's a natural progression for him to face Gunther because they already have a rapport and a rivalry built up. But he said he gonna go see that boy Cody on Friday, and then he gonna figure out what he want to do. And then after that, he said he's gonna enter WrestleMania as the 2025 Royal Rumble winner, but he's gonna leave as a champion. He's gonna win. He said yeet, and he walked out the ring.
I thought when you win it, you only go for like the heavyweight championship.
Now you get to pick which championship you wanna play, not play, but wrestle against. So in old wrestling, you had the World Heavyweight, you had the WWE Championship, and then you had the ECW Championship for a little while. But ECW been closed down for a while. NXT was always like a performance development brand, but now they've gotten big enough to where they're almost their own brand now. And then on the women's side, Charlotte Flair won the Women's Royal Rumble, which you got to see that. But she was on Monday Night Raw when I was getting ready to switch over, and she was cutting a promo, and then Rhea Ripley, the women's world champion, came out there, and she was like, girl, this is my show. So, and when I was cutting it off, she was in the middle of cutting the promo, so I don't know what she said, so I'm going to have to rewind it and see what she said at the end.
It's wild that wrestlers on Netflix now. I remember back it wasn't even like that, you know?
It was on USA Network. I mean, they still got SmackDown on USA, and NXT is on the CW. But it's number one because WWE is big enough a brand to draw eyes to Netflix. That's one. Number two, everybody going streaming anyway. So they already had cut a deal with Peacock for the past couple years where all of their premium live events were on Peacock. And I think all of them still are. Like the Royal Rumble was on Peacock. So everybody on streaming anyway. But I don't know, man. Like it's really stream or die at this point. Like that's why we doing this, bro. Like people watching this more than the game. Like people watching, well, the people still watching. That is the only thing that's keeping, in my opinion, that is keeping linear television alive is live sporting events. If everything converts over, like if ain't no more regular ESPN, if they say you got to watch us on ESPN Plus, you have to watch us on Hulu, you got to watch us on Netflix, you got to watch us on Paramount Plus, Peacock, all of these streaming platforms, it's a wrap. Because I mean, even with service providers with streaming, I'm looking at this game on YouTube TV, and I got cable, and I'm still looking at it on YouTube TV.
YouTube TV better anyway.
Yeah, it is because it'd be ahead by like 2-3 plays. So that's the future, man. Streaming is the wave. Streaming platforms. That's where the money is. That's where people have opportunities. Oh, they talking about the manager. Oh, he's from Kenya. That's cool. But yeah, man. They couldn't get that boy a flow mop. He got to get down on the floor with his hands. They gave him a $21,000 scholarship. That's awesome. Oh, they raised the scholarship for Mr. Jason.
Yeah, Yeah. Okay, Kansas.
That's cool. Now I bet you every kid. I bet you never mind. I have to say that offline. I want to keep my job. Never mind. we got to pay the bills, yeah. We got to pay the bills.
Yo.
But he know what I'm talking about. He know.
And it made it worse because what you was about to say, and then his own little one shot. He was like, and you was about to say what you was about to say. It wasn't going. It wasn't good, bro.
Man, Kansas tagging these boys, man. 50 to they get the putback though. 50 to 29. They're trying to cut at the lead some kind of way because they're down 21. Whoever our one loyal viewer is on Twitch, we greatly appreciate that. Whoever you may be out there. We know we've had people to pop in and out of the stream because people are probably clicking on this and saying this ain't the game. But we're not trying to get this page flagged. So subscribe to the channel. We talk about a lot of good content. We've had on great guests. Jack Besh was on our podcast a couple of months ago. Shout outs to him for his amazing performance on the Senior Bowl. And we're going to work to get some more athletes on here in the future. I also uploaded the press conference for UL softball head coach Allison Habits as she returns to her alma mater, the Crowley native, now the head softball coach of the Raging Cajuns, as they're getting ready to open their season on Thursday. And I will be at Lamson Park getting the first look at the ladies. As I went out to their practice today, they weren't scrimmaging, so they were doing a lot of drill work, but it appears like this team, to me, might have a little less fewer power hitters. That is to be seen, because like I said, all I saw them working on was bunting and a little bit of defensive work in terms of, getting double plays and things of that nature. But it'll be interesting to say. They'll have a kind of a warm-up game a little bit against Seton Hall on Thursday. And then they have the number one team in the country in Texas coming to Lamson on Friday night. That atmosphere is going to be absolutely electric. I was looking to see, I was like, if I was a fan, I wanted to get a ticket. All of the seats behind the net sold out. You got to go sit in the outfield. So should be fun.
Yeah, especially with Texas coming in town.
Should be fun.
This should, how was the press? How was the press conference overall?
They brought Coach Habits has started to try to start a precedent of bringing players to the media availability. So that's been different because normally it is just coaches that they bring every Monday for the Cajuns. But she brought your girl. She brought Sam Rowe, and I think it was Shannon Belt of the Daily Advertiser. Shout out to her that asked the question, and she was like, silencing the doubters. And a while back, Sam told her teammates, like, hey, like they not picking us to win the league. Like, what y'all gonna do about this? You feel me? And she said, and I forgot to post the video of it, but I'll probably post it sometime tomorrow. She basically was like, we gonna prove y'all wrong. He said, we're going to prove y'all wrong. She said, we legitimately don't care what y'all be saying out there, but we're going to go out there and play for each other and show the world what Cajun Nation is about. I said, period.
Let's go see him.
Like she said it,
Sure.
The team is she said it with her chest. She meant it. The team is extremely young, though. They have 14 newcomers on the roster, 10 returners. There are 4 players that are true Cajuns through and through. Like they've been there their whole careers. I think it's Maddie Hayden, Laney Crater, Kayla Falterman, and can't remember the 4th. I think it's Sam Ryan. Sam Ryan. I have to go back and check it out, but we'll see, man. We'll see, and we might even try to get some of the girls on at some point, talk with them. about the season and everything, especially once the Super Bowl hype buzzes over. We get that knocked out. So
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
Ooh.
Start, man. Honestly, I think they could prove wrong again. Honestly, of course, we know what the expectations is for the Cajuns, but if they could host,
That bird really did. Only pay?
they could host again.
Man, I don't know, bro. Like they lost a lot of talent. Like Maya Davis was like All-American, and they lost her out of the outfield. Like she wasn't known for anything that she could do in terms of like hitting it out the park. But if she got on base, you was almost guaranteed to run because she had so much speed. Alexa Langley is transferred out. Chloe Riasetto at pitcher. Sam Landry is at Oklahoma. Vic Valdez at Texas Tech with Jerry was a catcher. Lauren Allred was the Sun Belt Freshman of the Year, transferred. Like they lost a lot, so they got the test early on for sure because they played Texas this week. They got Ole Miss twice the following week. I think they have LSU at some points early, and then they have them a little bit later in the year. But for the Sun Belt, they're still picked high. They're not picked to win it, but they were picked second. So obviously they own the streak for the most consecutive conference series won. I think it's like 89 consecutive. Some people believe this could be the year that the streak ends. We'll see, man. We got to see what they got coming out of the bullpen. I saw a couple of girls working out. I think it was Mallory Wheeler. Iowa State gets a turnover, but they still down 19, I think it is. No, 17. We'll see what they got coming out of the bullpen. I will say a funny thing happened. So they got through warming up. I don't know if Coach Habits told them to do this or if they just took it upon themselves to do this. Every last one of them girls came over and shook my hand and introduced themselves to me. So it was like all at once. Hi, my name's. 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 20 girls. Hi, my name's. Hi, my name's. I was like, oh, okay. So, that was pretty cool.
Was you the only media person out there?
Yeah, for like local media. Yeah, what's up, Chance?
Chance, what's going on?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, y'all. So I see y'all stole Nick Cayley as an offensive coordinator out there in Houston, man.
They need something. They need something. CJ had his sophomore slump. I know they got to point the fingers at somebody, but we'll see, bro. We'll see. But yeah, all the girls came up and were shaking hands and like showing love. So it was fun. Coach Habits also has made a good habit of like thanking the media. Like both the pressers that she's been to, she starts off by saying thank y'all for coming. All the coverage that you provide is always really, really good for our sport. And then she goes into her opening statement. So she understands, how important the media, can be to the success of a program, especially when you're quote unquote going through a rebuild year. Iowa State makes a triple.
I don't think it's a rebuild year. I think it's more of a reassurance. So showing like we still got it. Now you know who I think should have a big year. Oh man, we was talking about it last year. I can't think of her name is going through, but I told her she could pick some dirt how fast she be running.
Talking about Deja, the girl from Ash. Yeah,
Deja.
She's got a lot of speed.
She has a lot of speed. I think she'd be one of the X factors on the team. I mean, of course, Sam will be one, but I think Deja will be too.
Yeah, man. It's the biggest thing is going to be about the bullpen. What can they do coming out of there? Because Jerry, Iowa State is not like going down without a fight. I said they would score 50. They might do it. They have 41 points, but they're not getting nowhere close to their normal average of 83. They're not getting that.
Hit threes, they might come back and win one.
They got to hit a lot of them. They still down 18. Jerry Glasgow always kept like a three-headed monster. Like the first year I got there, it was Megan Shorman, Kendra Lamb, Sam Landry. It was them for 2 years. Then after Kendra and Megan left, it was Chloe, Sam, and I can't remember the third girl. But he's always kept like a bullpen where it's like these girls could go 7 innings if you need them to. And then he always kind of keeps a good relief in his back pocket. But like I said, I think Coach Habits specializes on infielders. She was working a lot with the infielders while I was there. You know, she's got an all woman staff too. I'm probably gonna tap into that later on during Women's History Month. So next month, I'll probably talk about that. Shelby Sensuri, who played for LSU, and I believe she was an All-American while she was there. She is the pitching coach. Lacey Prejean, who was the head coach at Northwestern State in Natchitoches, who was previously on the staff. She is a local. I think she's from Karen Crow. She's from the area. Was on the staff with Jerry, left for a season and came right back. She's back on the staff, and I can't remember the other coach's name, but she was on the staff with Jerry, and she was the only one that was retained by Coach Habits, the only one, and she retained her at her introductory press conference. I can't shoot. I gotta look it up because I want to give her flowers because she was working with the outfielders while I was out there. So all female staff, man. Like I know it's happened somewhere for sure, but for the Cajuns, it's been a minute. Obviously, with Jerry being at the helm for the past, I think 6 or 7 years previously. So Shelly Landry. So you got Allison Habits, Shelly Landry in the outfield, Lacey Prejean helping in the infield with Coach, and then Shelby Sensuri there in the bullpen with the pitchers. So, yeah, we rambling around right now because this game has been underwhelming, to say the least. It's been underwhelming. But hopefully Iowa State can kind of try to make it interesting down the stretch. Because if they lose this game, man, I think this is 3 in a row for them. And also it is going to drop them out of the top 15 for sure. To lose to a team that's 8 spots lower than you and possibly getting blown out, that ain't going to help you at all.
It looked like they may come back to win this one, man.
Like all the way back and win? Let's see. Because shooting wise, I mean, they kind of try to sit up. They're sitting on a heater a little bit, but I don't know if that's a space heater or if that's the actual heater in the wall unit. Like I don't know which one it is. Because they're down. What is it, 61-45? So they're down 16 points. They got 5:54 to go. Bro, they still shoot 31% from the floor. They're 15% from 3. They made 3 3-pointers. Keyshawn Gilbert, Curtis Jones, and Taman Lipsy. The only guys that made 3-pointers. Like, I don't know, bro.
Look,
I don't know.
Just give me a couple stops.
You gonna need more than a couple. You got to go on a 10-0 run right now, and you got to go on that 10-0 run over the next 2-3 minutes. So, what is that? If you can make 3 3-pointers, that's 9. So 3 stops and 3 triples, maybe we could talk. But bro, you only made 3 the whole game. You took 19. So I don't know. Safe to say, I'm the biggest, the largest.
I'm over here looking at how that was a great play. I didn't get never mind. They just hit that 3.
He helped Kansas win a national championship.
Who helped Kansas win a national championship? You know how many years ago that was?
3. Wasn't that long ago, bro. Wasn't that long ago.
Let's go, Kansas. Take us home.
Man, that opening night, they got buku people out there.
Cool.
Talking about the players and stuff. People interviewing CJ Gardner-Johnson. See DeMario Davis getting some love. Jameis Winston obviously out there working as a media personality for Fox, doing I guess like some kind of lifestyle content. Ocho out there. Ocho chopping it up with CJ Gardner-Johnson. Man, Super Bowl week lit.
Nothing better, man. Nothing better.
Is that he's become the focal point of defenses around.
It's the best game of the year. The best game in the world, man.
Yeah, the big game. The big game.
That's so stupid.
As Kansas makes another 3-pointer, bro, this game over. They're not winning. Iowa State is not winning. Congratulations to Kansas. They are leading now 64-45.
Crowning them with 4 minutes left is crazy.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Bro, they legitimately would have to go on like a 10-0 run right now, and they'd still be down 7. They'd still be down 7 points. Because then, too, Kansas is efficient. Like, they're running the offense, and they're draining the shot clock all the way down. So by the time you get the ball back, a minute done passed. You only got 4 minutes. So if they do that 3 more times, the game over.
Tennessee and UConn.
So now what? It's 4:20 on the clock. You got to score right now. Okay, he throws up a floater. It gets blocked. Like, game over, bro. Yeah. Thank you for coming. Have some of the barbecue on the way out. But you're not winning this game.
Call y'all rides.
Yeah, go warm up the bus. Shoot, if he was smart, he kept the bus running. Keep it running. Or I warmed it up at halftime. That bus gonna be good and warm, or good and cold, however they need it to be. I don't know what the temperature might be up there in Kansas right now.
See, this is where you wish it was running time.
God, they can't make the 3, bro. Can't make the 3. They gotta be like living and dying by the 3-pointer. Like, that's gotta be their game for them to be making or be taking this many 3-pointers, and just the ball is not going through the hoop. Currently, they're 4th in the Big 12 standings. Houston at the top at 9-1 in the conference. Arizona, Texas Tech, Iowa State's 4th. They're going to fall. BYU, Kansas, Baylor, all in the log jam at 6-4. Then West Virginia, UCF, Utah, TCU, Kansas State at the bottom. Arizona State, Oklahoma State, Cincinnati. Colorado's 0-10 in conference, so they suck in basketball. So Iowa State's probably going to drop to like 7th in the Big 12. So that'll be interesting. Their losses on the year. Let me see if I can put it in the boxes with us. Iowa State's losses on the year include, but they got 4 losses, so this will be the 5th one. This will be their 5th loss of the year. Hey, what are games?
Lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as
There they
stroke,
are
heart
up top.
attack, or death. In adults, also
So they lost to Auburn by 2. So they lost a close one to Auburn. Number 4 Auburn at the time. They beat Kansas earlier in the year, back in January. So really Kansas getting their lick back.
Yeah.
Kansas getting their lick back because they beat them 74-57. They lost to West Virginia by 7 in January. Then they lost to Arizona. They lost to they were blown out by Kansas State, a bad Kansas State. So that's their past 2 losses. So they lost to Arizona. So like we mentioned, they're near the top of the Big 12 standings. They lost to a Kansas State team that's near the bottom of the standings, and now they're going to drop to Kansas here as they have how many games remaining? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games remaining here in the regular season. The final regular season game will be March the 8th. So basketball season quickly winding down as we're, also getting closer to crossover. Well, we're in crossover season now because now softball starts this week. Baseball starts the following weekend. So it's going to be one big jumble cluster of jam-packed action. Football season is going to fade off into the sunset, but just as quick as that's happening, spring football is about to start up.
That's beauty.
Spring football is about to start up.
Then we got that boring period of nothing.
Well, depends on what market you in, because LSU, the year that they won the national championship in baseball, they carried us to like July.
Yeah, you only have 1 month.
Bro, I think we had 1 month. We were right back in it. We was kind of like, dang, we wish we had a break. Shoot, that was a year, bro. Because was that the same year that women's basketball won too?
Yeah.
Dog. So it was like women's basketball, celebration, parade, baseball, Omaha, championship, celebration, parade. Like, God, dog. That was crazy.
Yeah. You don't get no break, man.
That was a really tough year, bro. It was fun, though. It was fun. Like, I look, I might complain sometimes about like the workload that happens and the strenuous hours and stuff that happens and being a sports talent. But, bro, like, we so blessed to be able to do the stuff that we get to do. Because fans just get to sit in the stands and watch. Once the game over, they getting escorted out. Like, all right, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. We get to afterward go and ask these coaches. Like, if we was an Iowa State media member, we could go in there and talk to Mr. Cheeseburger and ask him what happened. Like, not everybody get to do that, bro. We're a select group of people. We get to ask the players, bro, why was there a lid on the rim tonight for you guys? Why are y'all getting beat by almost 30? Well, no, almost 20 now. Why are y'all getting destroyed? Why have y'all lost 3 straight games? We would be able to ask those questions. And
and that's the best part. To me, we get to ask the questions the fans are thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some of them, because some of them be tripping.
Some of them, they'll go in there and be like, "You suck, and it's your fault." You ready to just say that stuff, But other fans, we get to ask, what was going on? Like, that's what you're really thinking. Like,
very similar to what I asked Coach Marlin back when he was still coaching with the Raging Cajuns. But we ain't gonna go there. About me and him, cool. We cool.
But yeah, that's the best. To me, that's the best part. Like, fans, like, as a fan, like, you watch the game and you're like, bro, what was they thinking on this? Or, what was going on? We have the opportunities to ask that stuff. Like, and hopefully get a chance to break it down where you're like, either you comprehend it and you still say, I don't care, or you comprehend it and say, well, okay, I see what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I mean, extremely blessed. I know for me personally, bro, like the resume that I have could probably be stacked up with some of the longest tenured people in the sports industry. Like, bro, I'm finna cover the Super Bowl in less than a week. Cover the Super Bowl. A lot of media members don't even get an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl because they're in a horrible market. Like, a Cleveland sports anchor, the only reason they go into the Super Bowl is if the Super Bowl is hosted in the city, which I don't think that's ever happened because who want to go there? But that's neither here nor there. Super Bowl, Final Four national championship, football national championship, multiple bowl games, college football playoffs. I mean, the list goes on, man. High school state championships, endless galore. My God. Just super, super blessed, bro. to be in the position that I'm in, and as we continue to, venture through the sports media world, as it's God dog, boy, I know he fell on the back of his head, and ooh, talk about insult to injury for real. You already getting blown out. He talking about, oh my God. Man, Watson going there with a nasty spill there here at the end of the game. Like fell on his back.
Yeah, but like you said, man, we do have the opportunity to get to cover those things and be at those events. I think one thing we don't take we take for granted sometimes, we just be in the moment. Like, you get to sit there and talk to other media members, and sometimes you run elbows with ESPN guys, Fox guys. We look at it, we're like, man, like, I know they're at the top of the totem pole because of the network they work for, but it's kind of cool just to pick their brains and talk to them about next steps or how is it working up there or trying to get there. So.
Yeah, facts, man. Facts. I mean, one of my favorite all-time stories. I'm at the 2019 National Championship, and I'm watching those guys celebrate, hoist the trophy, and I took a minute to just stand back and look. One of my biggest regrets, bro, is that I didn't take a picture at that game. Like, the only picture that I had is like a screen grab from the video of me shooting my stand-ups after the game. But I'm standing there watching the confetti fall, Joe Burrow lifting the trophy, and Ryan Clark is like 10 feet away from me. And I'm like, this crazy. So I asked for an interview from him, and I said, man, this is awesome. I said, I'm trying to figure out a way to, remember this moment. Homie says, take my number now. Like, what? Like, that's my dude for real, man. Like, class act. Obviously, I'm not talking to him every single day, but everything that he does, I fully support it because he's a stand-up guy. Because he could have just told me buzz off. He didn't even have to do the interview. Like, he could have told me get the heck out of my face. But he gave me some bites, did the interview with me. We still follow each other on social medias and stuff, and what he's doing over there at the Pivot, man, is awesome. So, like we said, man, we in great positions to do what we be doing. 50 seconds left. Yeah, bro.
I remember when the first time I saw Shaq.
Was it at the LSU? Was at the LSU game?
Yeah.
Or was that
It was LSU Ole Miss? I feel like every time we go to LSU, I'm like, dang, I've never seen this dude, but everybody else get to see him. And then he finally walked by, and I'm like, there you go. Shaq. Shaq big, man. Big as heck, bro. He's 7'2" for real. Pause. But he's 7'2" for real. He's 7'2", man. Like,
like Shaq is the only person. Like, there is no such thing as, I wonder who that is. No. Because he's staying taller than everybody. That's Shaq. That game was so lit because it was homecoming. Odell was there. Justin Jefferson. Bro, it was so crazy because I remember when Kansas wins the ball game. This game was over at halftime. I mean, it's been over. As Elijah's going away. He's buffering. We're going to get him back. But, and the game's so bad, he kicked the boy out. Kicked him out. 69-52 is the final as Kansas runs away with things, essentially getting their lick back on Iowa State after they played them earlier. Iowa State does score 2 points more than 50, but they come nowhere close to 83 points, which was their average coming into this game and was leading the Big 12. This is their 7th straight home win versus Iowa State, as we're seeing Scott Van Pelt on TV talk about it. See if I can get Elijah back on here so we can close this thing out. But Kansas runs away with things against Iowa State, y'all. It was not a great night for Iowa State shooting the basketball. The guy Gilbert was the only person that really played well for them in this game. Outside of him, like, it was a struggle to get the ball through the hoop for pretty much anybody. Keshawn Gilbert had 11. Taman Lipsey came alive a little bit later. Joshua Jefferson getting 11 as well, but most of his points coming from the free throw line. But no, other than that, bro, like, they didn't have much help. Meanwhile, Kansas has 3 guys going double figures. They scored 69 points to get the victory in this one. I don't know where Elijah went. But KU hooped. They hooped for sure. Let's get up some stats here. Yes. I'll pop this up. Take a look at this. Leading scorer for Kansas is Zeke Mayo, 6 of 13, 5 of 6 from beyond the arc, 17 points for that fella. Hunter Dickinson, the game plan was to double team him at all costs. It did not work because he scores close to his average. He finishes with 14 and 9, 7 of 12 from the floor. And then Dejon Harris Jr. with 12 points, 4 of 6 from the floor. He hits 4 free throws as well. Kansas out rebounds Iowa State by just 1. Offensive rebounds, Kansas is out rebounded by Iowa State, but Iowa State just wasn't able to put the ball in the hoop. Like, that's what it boils down to. They only shot 30% from the floor, 14% from 3. So it was pretty nasty for them. We got Elijah back as I'm just rattling off some of the stats from this game. Chat what y'all think, man. I mean, this game was tough, man. I mean, Iowa State couldn't put the ball through the hoop as Bill Self is getting interviewed by SVP. What did you think about this one for Iowa State, man? Like, was it just a case of the hiccups and they couldn't get the ball through the hoop, or is it a legitimate issue with them of, you know, maybe the way that they need to shift things as they lose their third straight?
I want to say it's a mixture of both, but at the same time, you can't keep blaming the hiccup because you lost 3 straight. You lost 3 straight after being in the top 3, top 5. And now you basically put yourself in a situation where you're looking either at the top 20, low 20s, or you're out of the rankings the way that you've been playing the last couple of games. So I don't want to call this one a hiccup because you lost 3 in a row already. I'll call this one something you need to go ahead and get on track and get yourself going because you want to be playing the best basketball and possibly the NCAA tournament out there. You're going to find something to get together.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Curtis Jones, who is Iowa State's leading scorer, also only had 7 points in the outing, going 3 of 11 from the floor. You know, in games where your dudes don't play like your dudes, that's when you need your role players to step up the most. And the guys just didn't do that, you know. When you're not shooting well, I'm all for continuing to shoot and kind of shoot through it, but I'm for getting good shots up. You know, there were a lot of moments that I feel like they took a couple bad shots, but then there was a lot of moments too where they get the offensive rebound and they just can't get the putback. They don't lay it up correctly. They miss it off the front of the iron. They don't put it off the backboard. It spins out, like, so many things, you know, happening for them. But yeah, Kansas gets the victory over Iowa State, getting their lick back on them after they played on January 18th, where Iowa State got a double-digit victory over the Jayhawks. So the Big 12 standings are shaking up just a little bit, and like we said, Iowa State will for certain be dropping in the poll, and Kansas will probably get a decent boost. They'll probably either get close to the top 10, if not get right there to number 10 in the polls. So see if I can pull up the standings. So they haven't switched it over just yet. They have it switched over at the top part, but they don't have it switched over in the standings column. But they're probably gonna fall under BYU 6-4, Kansas. So Kansas will probably jump Iowa State and be fourth. So it'll probably be Kansas and then Iowa State after them at fifth. BYU 6-4, Kansas, or excuse me, Baylor 6-4, West Virginia 5-5. So that's pretty much that, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing else needs to be said. E, you got anything else, man?
We gotta pick a better game.
Bro, you just don't know. Like this the gamble. This the gamble, bro. This the gamble. Hopefully the Super Bowl don't be this bad. hopefully go down, because if I go there and it's a blowout, I'm gonna be okay, but I'm gonna be a little mad.
Y'all gotta run this back.
Y'all gotta run this back. Start over like it's practice. This was horrible. Start over. So
that Southland tournament started already?
No, that the South they in Southland play. So they that's UNO and Stephen F. Austin going at it. Oh wow, Houston is third in the West. That's how you know I ain't tapped into the NBA, because I just knew they was still terrible.
Oh no, they balling. They got a young squad too. Look at that. Look at Jalen Brunson, the guy that didn't show up on Saturday.
Oh man, it looked like they losing this game or finna lose it. Oh, I forgot that boy Dylan. What's his name? From that was with the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
He over there. Yeah, Dylan Brooks. I couldn't think of his last name.
But it's a 48-minute game. The deficit is 4. Mad sprinkle. Who comes up?
Uh-oh. Hold up, New York.
Brunson to Hart.
All right. 106, 104. The highlights. Brunson. ISO. Floater. Most 30 and 10s. He has the most in Knicks history.
Jalen Brunson?
Yeah. 12.
Carmelo didn't pass the ball. Carmelo did not pass the ball.
Shoot, we should have picked the NBA game to watch.
Oh, I want to watch this one.
Man, these boys going back and forth.
Look at Jalen.
Man, we watching the highlights off Sports Center, y'all, with SVP. 42 and 10. God, that boy went stupid. Dum-de day. Victor Wembanyama. He's gonna have Foxy with him in a couple of weeks. Maybe a couple of days. Man. But yeah, guys, if nothing else needs to be said, we greatly appreciate y'all for getting here on stream with us once again for the live edition of the Fitz Take podcast. If you are not a subscriber, we greatly encourage y'all to hit the bell down below and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We would greatly appreciate that, man, because that continues to help us grow this channel. Also, go ahead and comment under the videos. That helps the algorithm to push out and say that these guys are doing great content. That's how we know if we're doing something right, is if y'all interact and show love to it. We greatly appreciate all y'all. Also follow us wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and iHeartRadio. Also follow me and Elijah, my production company, ONEWAY Productions, on our social media platforms. It's linked down in the description of the video on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, go over to YouTube and show us some love over there as well. Signing out for Elijah Nixon over there in boxes. He's having a coffee fit a little bit. I see that off screen. But signing out for him, I am Jamarcus Fitzpatrick. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching this clip of the Fitz Take podcast. Be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also follow me and Elijah on our social media platforms. They will be linked down in the description. And remember, every episode of the Fitz Take podcast will air right here on the YouTube channel every Monday at 2 p.m. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.